The world moves as if nothing is happening. The days pass, the seasons change, the hands of the clock continue their course unaware. But what if I told you it has all been planned? What if I told you that from the foundation of time, from the beginning of the ages, there was a decree, a moment set apart, a mystery hidden, waiting for the appointed time? It is written that God speaks not as man speaks, nor does he move as man moves. His timing is not random, not chaotic, not uncertain. It is precise, measured, perfect. And when he appoints a time, that time will come. Nothing will stop it, nothing will delay it. And now as we stand in this hour, we are approaching the threshold of a moment long foretold, the end of March. A simple date to man, a turning of the calendar, a crossing from one season to another. But what if it is more? What if it is a dividing line, a moment of reckoning, a decree from the throne of heaven itself? What if everything that has been hidden, everything that has been prepared in secret is now coming to pass? Look to the scriptures, look to the patterns of God. He moves in appointed times. The Exodus ordained in its season, the fall of kingdoms declared beforehand, the rising of kings and the collapse of empires, all foretold, all planned, all written in the scrolls of eternity. And so we ask, what is this moment? What does it mean? Why now? Why here? Why at the end of March? Could it be that the cycle is complete, that the warnings have gone forth, that the patience of the Almighty has reached its fulfillment, that what was delayed can be delayed no longer? Open your eyes. Do you not see it? The shaking of the nations, the trembling of the earth, the systems of man faltering, the foundations crumbling, the economy unstable, the governments divided, the earth convulsing, wars and rumors of wars, the signs written in the heavens, the sun darkened, the moon turned to blood, the oceans roaring. It is no accident. It is no coincidence. The puzzle pieces are aligning. The trumpet has been sounded. The door is closing. And yet, man goes about his way. He eats. He drinks. He builds. He plants. He laughs. He sleeps. He says, tomorrow will be as today, and the next as the one before. But he does not see that the shadow is falling, that the hourglass is emptying, that the decree has gone forth. What is coming is not new. It is written. It has been declared from ancient times. The voices of the prophets have spoken. The word has testified. The warnings have been given. But who has listened? Who has heeded? Who has prepared their hearts? For those who trust in the Lord, there is no fear. For those who stand in the refuge of the Almighty, there is no dread. For those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, there is hope. But for those who have turned away, for those who have ignored the call, for those who have placed their trust in the things of this world, the time of decision is at hand. The world has its plans, the rulers have their schemes, the mighty have their plots, but in the end, it is the plan of God that prevails. It is the decree of heaven that stands. The kings of the earth rise and fall, but the Lord is eternal. The economies boom and crash, but he is unshaken. The nations rage, but his throne is established. And now, as the moment draws near, as we stand at the edge of the appointed time, we must ask, where do we stand? Are we on the side of truth? Are we on the side of righteousness? Are we on the side of the one who holds all things in his hands? Because the hour is coming, the moment is near, the time is at hand, and when it comes, it will be too late to choose. The door will be shut, the day will be past, the night will have fallen. And so I say to you, prepare, wake up. Open your eyes, see what is coming. Take nothing for granted, because the plans of men will fail. The works of man will crumble, but the plan of God, it will stand. It will be fulfilled. It will come to pass. For it has been written, it has been ordained, it has been planned, and it will be done. And what happens when that which was hidden is revealed? What happens when the moment long spoken of is finally upon us? Some will say, but we did not know, we did not see, we did not hear. Yet the warnings have gone forth, the signs have been given, and the trumpet has sounded. In the days of Noah, the people continued as though nothing would ever change. They laughed, they mocked, they carried on in their own ways, blind to the gathering storm. But when the first raindrop fell, when the fountains of the deep broke open, when the waters began to rise, the door was already shut, and those outside could not enter in. The same pattern repeats again and again. The judgment comes, the moment arrives, and those who are not prepared are swept away. The warnings were there. The call went out, but the world did not listen. And what of now? What of this moment? The shaking has already begun. The ground trembles beneath our feet. The very fabric of society is unraveling. And yet people say it is only a phase. It is only a cycle. It is only a storm that will pass. But what if it is more? What if it is the moment ordained from the beginning? What if it is the time when that which was spoken long ago must now come to pass? You see, when the appointed time comes, nothing can stand against it. No power of man, no government, no economy, no army, no plan of kings or rulers. Nothing can stop what has been decreed. And what has been decreed, that which was sown must be reaped. And that which was built on sand must fall. That which is of the world must pass away, but that which is of God will endure. And so I ask again, where do you stand? Are you standing on the rock, or are you standing on the sand? Are you ready for what is coming, or will you be caught unaware? There is still time, but not much. The door is not yet shut, but it is closing. The night is not yet fallen, but the sun is setting. The call has not yet ended, but it is fading. And soon, very soon, the moment will be upon us. And when it comes, the world will not understand. They will say, how did this happen? Why did no one tell us? But they were told, they were warned, they were given every sign. And yet they chose not to see. But you who hear this now, you still have a choice to turn from the ways of the world, to break free from the illusions of this age, to open your eyes and see what is real, what is true, what is eternal. Because soon the illusion will shatter. The false security of this world will be exposed. And those who place their trust in the systems of man will be left with nothing. But those who trust in the Lord, those who walk in his ways, those who have prepared their hearts, they will stand. For it is written, the Lord is a refuge for his people, a strong tower in the day of trouble. Those who take refuge in him will not be shaken. Those who trust in him will not be afraid. And so I say again, the time is short. The hour is near. The appointed moment is at hand. It has all been planned. And when that moment comes, when the final hour arrives, there will be no turning back. The winds will rise, the storm will rage, the mountains will shake, and the nations will tremble. And all that was thought to be strong will be laid bare. The great towers of this world, the monuments of pride, the systems built upon lies, they will fall. The riches stored up in vaults will mean nothing. The power held by the mighty will crumble to dust. The illusions that have blinded the world will be stripped away. And in that moment, all will see what was true from the beginning. The question is, will you see before it is too late? For the Lord is calling. Even now, the voice of the Almighty is crying out to the earth. He is calling to those with ears to hear, to those who will listen, to those who will turn. He is calling the prodigal to return, the wanderer to come home, the lost to be found. But time is not infinite. The door does not remain open forever. It is written that the foolish waited too long. They thought they had more time. They believed they could come at the last moment, but when the time came, they knocked upon the door and it was shut. Do not be among them. For it is not by chance that you are here now. It is not by accident that these words have reached your ears. The Almighty moves with purpose. He arranges all things according to his plan. And he has brought you to this moment for a reason. The choice is before you. The path is clear. The call is sounding. Come out from the darkness. Step away from the crumbling foundations of this world. Stand upon the rock that cannot be moved. For soon the world will know what has been planned from the beginning. Soon the veil will be lifted. Soon the end of all things will be revealed. And when it happens, there will be no doubt, no denial, no escape. And then every knee will bow. Every tongue will confess. Every soul will know. It was all planned, and the time has come. And in that moment, when the final hour strikes, when the heavens shake, when the earth groans, and when the decree is fulfilled, there will be only two kinds of people: those who will cry out in fear and those who will rise in faith. Those who will be swept away and those who will stand unshaken. Those who will mourn for what they have lost and those who will rejoice in what they have gained. And the difference between them is not in their strength, not in their power, not in their wealth, not in their wisdom, but in one thing alone: their choice. The choice to turn before it is too late, the choice to stand before the shaking comes, the choice to step into the refuge before the storm arrives. And now that choice stands before you. The time is not tomorrow, the time is not next year, the time is not in another season, the time is now. Because the plan has already been set, the decree has already been written, and soon the world will see what has been appointed from the beginning. And when it happens, the only question that will remain is this: did you heed the call? Did you see the signs? Were you ready? Because once it comes, there will be no more time, and then all will know it was all planned. There will be no excuses on that day, no pleading for more time, no second chances. The path has been laid before you, the warnings have been given, the signs have been shown, the trumpet has sounded. And so I ask you again, where do you stand? When the ground beneath you shakes, when the world around you crumbles, when all that seemed unshakable is swept away, what will remain? What will you hold on to? What foundation will you stand upon? For those who have trusted in the world, there will be despair. For those who have followed the ways of man, there will be loss. For those who have rejected the call, there will be regret. But for those who have listened, for those who have prepared, for those who have turned their hearts to the truth, there will be refuge, there will be hope, there will be victory. And so the time is now. No more waiting, no more delaying, no more pretending that life will go on as it always has. It will not. The change is coming, the moment is at hand, and once it comes, it will not be stopped. It has all been written, it has all been declared, it has all been planned, and the time is now. Choose this day where you will stand, because soon the world will know, and when it does, there will be no more time to choose. And when that moment arrives, when the heavens roar and the earth trembles, when the veil is lifted and all is revealed, then every doubt will vanish, every lie will crumble, every illusion will be shattered. There will be no more time to prepare, no more time to reconsider, no more time to choose, for the choice was given long ago. The warnings were spoken, the call was sounded, the door stood open. And those who ignored it will cry out, if only we had known, if only we had listened, if only we had prepared. But the truth is, they did know, they did hear, they did see, but they waited, and they were too late. But you still have this moment, you still have this breath, you still have this choice. Do not waste it, do not delay. Do not wait until the sky darkens and the storm is upon you, because then it will be too late. Take your stand now. Turn now. Choose now, because soon the final chapter will be written. The last trumpet will sound. The last door will close. And on that day, the world will finally understand it was all planned, and the time has come. Choose this day where you will stand, because soon the world will know, and when it does, there will be no more time to choose. And so I say to you now, this is the hour, this is the moment. Not tomorrow, not someday, not when it is convenient. The time is now. For too long, the world has walked in blindness, in complacency, in deception. But the days of ignorance are over. The veil is being torn. The truth is being revealed, and the choice is set before you. You can stand with the world, and you will fall with the world. You can cling to what is passing, and you will pass away with it, or you can stand with what is eternal, with what is unshakable, with what cannot be moved. The storm is coming, the shaking is near, but those who stand upon the rock will not be moved. Those who are in the refuge of the Almighty will not be afraid. Those who have prepared their hearts will not be caught unaware. Do not wait for the flood to rise before you seek shelter. Do not wait for the fire to fall before you seek deliverance. Do not wait for the door to shut before you cry out. Because once it is done, it is done. Once the moment arrives, it cannot be undone. And once the decree is fulfilled, there will be no turning back. The plan has been set. The time is appointed. The end of all things is drawing near. And when it comes, the world will know. It was all planned. The only question is, will you be ready?